Okay, so in the last video I was showing you all the different ways you need to detox and get your body ready energetically before you go into the King's Chamber. So this is a synthetic King's Chamber that I've done a mock-up for. So up here you have fiber optic outputs. Okay, so what is that? Those are lasers that use fiber optics. Okay, so you're going to have basically a bright line with a certain color going to each station. These are all going to plug into you. So the different light is going to be tuned to the frequency of each rock. So you're going to have light frequency going through each of these stones. Nextly, what you do on top of that, after you have the laser light tuned with each of these stones, which also represent each of the energy centers, then you also have the tensor bands. Those tensor bands are correlated to the frequency of the solfeggio frequencies for each of your energy centers. Okay, and then there's an outer ring. That's the main frequency of the solfeggio frequencies, and then we cut it in half, and then we cut it in half, and that creates what I would call like an energy center. It like pulls the energy into the center. Now that energy is going to be where we put the crystal. So there's a crystal here, and that crystal is also where the optics line up. Once the optics have lined up and we have optics plugged into each of these, by the way, you can be immersed underwater as you're doing this. You could be in the body bath. So I haven't determined yet if I want the King's Chamber to also be like a bathhouse where you would go and you would kind of put this on and plug in, because this is just light. Okay, this isn't electric. You won't get zapped. All right, now on top of the light, we also have, so if I show you here, we have this plate. This is what I would call the stone plate. It has to be thin enough that you can see through it and send light through it. And then underneath the plate, I wanted to create a toroidal field that we would pulse magnetically. Now this toroidal field, it's all going to be done using orgonite. So this is all going to be coated inside of a polymer, so you won't get electrocuted here. All of this will be waterproof, okay? Not to worry. And then there's going to be wire leads that come out of this that are going to follow with the light, but they're actually going to go over here. This is what I call the spooky tube. So what the spooky 2 does is it pulses different frequencies, okay? So you can actually turn each of these toroidal fields that are underneath into pulsing magnetic currents. So you're getting the light frequency, you're also getting the pulsed magnetic frequency that's tuned to each of these frequencies as well, because Spooky 2 can send multiple of different frequencies to each one, and this one can do the same thing but for light. And so I need light and I need magnetics. Now on top of this, okay, I know I'm getting in depth. Okay, I told you about the ephod and how it needs to be made out of linen with silver or gold so that it actually absorbs the etherical energy, and I even did a cape on the last one so that it can flow in with the energy and still absorb it all and run it through your body. As all of this is happening, okay, we have the light energy, we have the magnetic energy, the plasma energy is going to be out in the room. So there's going to be plasma light set up around you, similar to the solfeggio frequencies that are on you, but the plasma light is going to be the solfeggio. We're going to tune each frequency of the plasma light to the solfeggio frequency, so you get different types of frequency going around you, you get different types of magnetic frequency going within you, and you also get light pulsing into the crystal, creating its resonant frequency, causing it to vibrate at its highest peak performance. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys. What else did I miss here? Did I go over everything? Oh yeah, and you also need to look at radio frequency and sound frequency. And so over here also, as you're doing this, I want to do tuning forks frequency, singing bowl frequency, or what I call the crystal harp frequency, and they would be set up the same as the plasma right beside them, but they would be for sound, and the other one would be for plasma. So those are the, I think that's the full effects. Yeah, and then there's the brainwave energy, and so the brainwaves are done with radio current, and so I'm going to have to maybe look into that to see what the healthy radio current is for humans. Right now I know how to induce my own brainwaves to get them to go alpha, beta, delta, theta, or gamma, but I don't know how to induce it mechanically or through electronics. So if you guys have any ideas of how that's supposed to work, let me know. And that's how you get ready for the King's Chamber. That's how you detox, and that's how you keep your biofield in good and healthy working order so that you can truly ascend.